Hi, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your May 2023 full moon lunar eclipse reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm gods. They pay so much attention to this, so thank you so much for doing so. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see the energy that Spirit wants us to be mindful of during this full moon and lunar eclipse, angels and spirit guides. This is the star. Okay, so it's interesting. If you're born on the cusp with Gemini, Gemini had the star reversed. So there's a sense of like, my wishes aren't coming true, everything is overwhelming. There's a sense here, Cancer, that you are overwhelmed by a deep soul wish coming forward, or somebody's using your deep soul wish to manipulate you. So just be mindful of this. And if you're born on the cusp with Gemini, there's there's this weird dichotomy between my wishes will never be granted and I'm getting everything that I want, type of thing. So just be aware of that. That's so interesting. Okay. You could also be having a bit of difficulty with an Aquarius. So do be mindful of this as well. So let's see what Spirit has to say here. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This is Earth reversed. Now we're in Taurus time period and we need to connect with the Earth. So right here with the Earth reversed, we're not connecting with it as well as we need to. Now, if we're one of the people who needs to spend more time in nature than others do, like others can be recharged by just going outside, breathing in a few times and coming back inside. I just see us really liking warm, not warm, but yeah, warm walks, long walks, a sense of I need to be outside a lot, like a stretching of the feet to help the mind work is going to be very important. So here it's like I'm not connecting with the earth and I'm not grounding myself the way that I need to. And that's going to be important. Now, if we can't get outside and we can't walk for whatever reason, sitting outside can be very beneficial, or just sitting by a window or visualizing ourselves outside. Whatever way we can also, whatever way has us connecting with the earth is going to be important. And even if we just visualize ourselves kind of being like trees and having our feet be planted into the earth, this would be great even if we can go outside. That visualization is going to help to ground us and also release a lot of toxins, negativities that might be in our bodies as our roots kind of go out and take up the nutrients, there we go, from the soil and release a lot of the chaos that has been in us. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Ooh. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Okay, so the first thing I heard was taking on a new role of power, coming forward with the Emperor. There's also this connection. Now, this could be to Aries energy as well, because Aries is represented by the Emperor. But there is a sense of I'm stepping into new shoes. I'm stepping into new power. So there's some sort of new power coming in on the on this full moon lunar eclipse. And this is also an angel day. So this angel day of 5/5 is all about adventure and versatility, independence, intelligence, creativity, freedom, self self-determination, like being focused and knowing what we want and new beginnings coming and moving us forward. So this is going to be very interesting because there's a sense of I'm embracing my power, my desire. It's also the sacred masculine coming forward within us and saying, this is where I need to be for me. This is what I desire for me on this earthly plane right here, right now. This is what I have to do. And these are the steps I have to do in order to get to where I want to be. Now, what's really interesting is let's talk about this moon, astrologically speaking, for just a little bit. We're at 14 degrees of Scorpio. Okay. So it's a water sign energy. We're water sign energies. So we feel very comfortable in this moon. We can be overpowered by emotions. So just be aware of that. This is a sign, Scorpio is a sign of big secrets and big wealth. So be aware of that as well. A lunar eclipse holds the power of multiple full moons. So this lunar eclipse comes in packs a punch. It's going to be quite intense. This big lunar eclipse is all about significant endings because it is closest to the south lunar node. And because of this, what we're going to see is the ending of an old cycle, an old way of being, and a moving away from and shedding our old selves, what has held us back. This is a terrific time to let go and release the old you. So on the 1st of May, which is Beltane, we have Pluto moving stationary into retrograde. Move stationary into retrograde. We can feel this energy shift, and it happens days before, it happens days after. So we're going to still feel this on the 5th of May. This big plutonic energy brings an awareness of power both internally and externally that we cannot ignore. And why this is important is because Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. And we have Pluto coming in with a couple heavy hitting, shifts during this time. So the nodal axis is in Taurus and Scorpio. Taurus is all about money, all right, and wealth. And this is going to be more like the day-to-day money, wealth, spending, those type of things. Scorpio is all about big money, long-term investments, long-term money, and money on a much bigger scale. So pay close attention to your money, to your finances during this time. We can have a shift for better or for worse during this time. Be aware of that. Just be very aware of things. Be a little bit more cautious because I'm not saying that anything bad has to happen, but because this is a general reading, I want to give you both sides of the coin, and I don't like fear mongering at all. And I don't want to approve of it at all. So for May, Jupiter is squared Pluto. And what Jupiter does is enhance the power of the planet that it is with. So it enhances Pluto energy, which again is ruling Scorpio. So this is us looking now at our issues with power and really embracing what we need to do to embrace our own internal power, our own external power, and the external power of the world. Neptune is trine Mars. This moves us much more into a spiritual awakening and understanding of what we need spiritually and a release of the material in a very big way. We're going to be looking at things and having a really big mind shift around the material, around how we think things should be, what we think we need to accumulate. And we're also going to see deeply buried secrets coming to the surface and being able to be let go. We're going to look at things and say, all right, it's time for revelations. It's time for releases. And we're really embracing the power within ourselves. There's a sense of, no, I'm looking at this map. I'm looking at what I need for my life. And I'm moving forward in a real, powerful, intense, profound way. It brings us to the Eight of Wands. Everything's happening relatively quickly during this time. It's going to be one thing after another, after another, after another. And we're going to think, how can I even catch my breath? Like, do I even know what it is that I want anymore? Even though we're getting a lot of what we wish for during this time, or we're seeing ourselves move forward in a way that is really important, really powerful, really beautiful to us. There's a question of, is it happening too fast? Is it coming too quickly? I've waited for this for so long, but is this even where I want to be? The Three of Wands is ships coming in and ships coming out. There's a real sense of prosperity and success and interconnection and greater ideas, greater understandings leading us forward, and a sense of I'm being empowered, I am being emboldened, I am looking at things in a different way. This would be a fantastic time to travel. This would be a fantastic time to go new places, to look at new things. Cancer, you're going to find that you long to explore. You long to explore, you long to see, you want to experience. And even if we only experience different things and, different ideas through our screens, like, watching new things and taking all that in, that can be enough for us. But we're going to need to broaden our horizons during this time. There's going to be a call from that for that. And it's from this full moon to the next full moon in June. So just know that that energy is right here. We have the 5 of Pentacles coming forward. There's something about a poverty mentality coming up. And that's going to be a really interesting thing because we're not moving away from things with fear anymore, apprehension. But there is a sense of I've been closed out for a really long time. I've had to protect, nurse, take care of, that which is really sacred to me. But it could have put us in a financial disadvantage. Okay. We could have had to have taken care of a loved one who is sick, or we, never felt worthy to go after our dreams or go after what we want. There's going to be a shift from that during this time. And there's going to be a looking at this idea that I'm not worthy, I'm not worth this, I'm not able to. And there's going to be a release from that as well. With the 6 of Swords reversed, there is this real sense of I'm not afraid anymore. I'm going to move forward, but it's not in fear. And there's also a sense, even though everything's happening really quickly, that we might take a little bit of time, a little bit of insight, a little bit of ideas before we move forward in the way that we really want to, or in the way that we have been envisioning ourselves. So there might be a time where we just need to breathe, take it all in, because a lot of change is coming at us. And we're really looking at negative self-talk, negative secrets that we've held on to, or whispers that like are in our head that says, you're not good enough. So just be aware of that. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. And show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Okay, what's so interesting is like we're super abundant, but we're super unsure. So understand this during this time. There's a sense of like, I'm going after this, I'm embracing this, I'm moving towards this, but like I have huge question marks all around us. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Okay. So what's interesting here is wisdom's coming forward, right? But we don't feel wise. As we're embracing this new role, this new sense of power, we don't feel wise. We're questioning ourselves. We're questioning the way that we move forward. With the new moon in Cancer, okay, this is our energy coming forward. New moon instead of full moon, right? But it says you and your loved ones are safe. And that's really important to us. Those that we care about, those that we hold a special place for in our hearts, they're safe, they're secure. And that's going to be a really powerful thing for us as we're moving forward. It's like that's taken care of. So we don't have to worry there. Okay. Doesn't mean everything's going to be exactly the way that we want it, but there's a release of worry, doubt, fear. Don't let pride get in the way. Okay. And gratitude. We're having a hard time with gratitude. And as things move forward, because we can feel just so overwhelmed. And our egos can take over the way that we want things, the way that we've envisioned things, having things be just so. Okay. Be aware of that. And here with gratitude, we need to work on gratitude. Okay. Gratitude is so important. Just being able to say thank you. Thank you to our organs for working, or, for even if they're not working properly, right? Thank you towards our healing. Thank you towards our, inner power, our strength, our awareness. There is a sense here of, as I embrace gratitude, which is hard to do, I embrace me. And then with don't let pride get in the way, it's releasing to the universe and saying, I know you have this. And the way that it works out is the way that it works out, right? And we're not going to try and hold on, because we're trying to hold on here as a dream comes forward. And we're going to see that we need to kind of like step back just a little bit. Have faith in your dreams. Okay. It's interesting because the moon rules us. And yet We're not actually having faith right now in the moon. We might be, some of us might be, but the majority of us are like, I don't know about this. The moon's sovereignty, the moon's power, it it moves with us. It does. We can find that if we pay attention, our moods, they flow like the moon. The moon. Our ideas flow like the moon. The moon is so powerful and so intricate and so immersed in our being. And it brings us to a place to have faith in our dreams because we're always growing, we're always expanding, we're always understanding. We don't feel balanced. All right? We're looking at the way that we've been shut out before, the way people have turned on us, closed doors, the way that we've been hurt, we've been in pain, we've been overwhelmed. And here, the moon is saying, how do we find balance after all that pain, all that hurt, all that chaos? And we're having a hard time working through our fears, not letting our fears override us and saying, oh my gosh, I'm going to go right back to this spot. It's like my fears are right here, staring me straight in the eye, being overwhelming, being chaotic, holding me back in a way that I hadn't imagined. And it moves us then to abundance. And a win-win outcome is forecast. As we move forward in confidence, even though this moon is showing that we might not be confident all the time, there's a sense here of like, I'm getting this job done, and I am doing this to the very best of my abilities. We are abundant, we're highly successful, and we're finding balance. A win-win outcome is forecast. We're going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And we are a lot more abundant than we've imagined we could be. There's a sense of a blessing coming forward, and if we don't deny it or say to ourselves in some way or another, like it's not worth it, or it's not as big a deal because it's happening to me, and if it was happening to somebody else, it'd be a big deal, but because it's happening to me, it's like pity or something like that. Oh, hush those thoughts up. There's so much more here for you, and don't poo-poo it just because we think, oh, if it's happening to me, it's not a big deal, or we have this doubt or imposter syndrome or whatever it is. Like, stop. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the Five of Pentacles reverse. Subconsciously, we're releasing that poverty mentality, the one that we have right here with the Five of Pentacles. And that's the energy to be mindful of, that it's trying to trip us up as subconsciously we're releasing it and saying, no, 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 no. Things are going to come forward that say, oh, yes, you have to be stuck here. And it's like, no, I don't. Our subconscious message from spirit is blessed. We are blessed. We're going to see that at times, like highlighted, underlined, bold, just so beautifully. And then we're going to doubt it too. So be aware of that. Our subconscious tarot message is the Magician. It's reversed. And here it's like, can I stand before the altar of my existence and claim my magic and claim my power and know what I desire, and know what I want, know what I need? Can I embrace the magic of me, even if it's not what other people think it should be, or even if it's not what I thought it should be? As long as we're not coming from a place of hatred or harm or, anger or frustration. Embracing our magic, embracing what we love is so important. We have growth reversed, and we have a new start is coming. We're not going to feel like we grow that much, okay, from this full moon to the new moon. And yet we are going to grow a heck of a lot. We're just being hypercritical. And here a new start is coming. When the new moon comes in, there's like a new start, a new idea, a new insight that leads us forward in a way that we hadn't imagined before. It opens up a door to us, and it's like, oh, is that where I needed to be? Or is that what it needed to be? And there's a revelation that comes with it. All right. All right, Cancer. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time, of this moon, and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Cancer. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. Have a blessed moon. Bye.